Hi, and welcome to Journey of a Complicated Person, a channel that is about walking with you, guiding you, and supporting you on your life journey to living your best life as the best version of yourself. My name is Alex, and it is a joy to be here with you. Today, we're going to be talking about how if you want to change your life, then you must first change your patterns. Whatever your current reality looks like, it's your past patterns that have created it. Now, if you're happy with where you are and you don't feel as though you have any negative patterns that you like to change, well, then that's brilliant. But if you're like me, and there's some areas in your life that you feel could use with some editing and improvement, then changing your current patterns is a great place to start. But first, it's important for us to understand why it's so difficult to change our current patterns, no matter how damaging they may be. What you need to realize is that your own body is working against you. Your mind communicates with the cells in your body through something called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are the body's messengers that transmit messages to the cells through chemical signals. Your cells are always receiving and replicating these chemical messages with each other. What does this have to do with changing patterns? Well, this means that if you're a person who's been miserable and stressed for an extended period of time, maybe even years, then that means your cells have been receiving regular doses of cortisol, which simply put is a stress hormone. Now, let's say that you decide to change that and you decide to cultivate some habits that will bring some happiness into your life. Well, now that means your body starts to release a different set of neurotransmitters called dopamine and serotonin. These are your happy hormones. So at first, your cells will accept these new messages, but as you continue, the cells will start to vibrate away from this new information and will crave the familiar, regardless of how damaging the familiar actually is. As people, we tend to assume that when we make changes that are good for us, then it will automatically feel good. But this tells us that it won't feel good. It will feel weird and unfamiliar. This is why people then tend to give up new habits and relapse back into their old ones. But now that you have this information, you know what to expect. And when your body starts to tell you that this new thing you're doing doesn't feel good, you'll keep doing it anyway because you know that it is good. This could be exercise, eating healthy, reading more, meditating, on and on. We all have patterns. Your patterns may be different from mine, but you have them. It's now up to you to take the time to decide whether your patterns are leading you to the outcome you want or away from it. Ignoring your negative patterns will not make them go away. So if you want to change them, you must start by naming them. You cannot change something you don't know. So taking the time to bring a conscious awareness to your patterns is important. Do you find yourself repeating experiences or situations? That's a pattern. Are you happy about it? If the answer is no, then we can move on to the next step. Own it. This means that you must accept the situation as it is and your own role in creating it. Remember to do so without judgment. Do not make the mistake of assigning blame. It serves no purpose. There is no purpose in being angry at yourself for not knowing what you didn't know when you didn't know it. But taking responsibility means that you recognize that if you want things to change, then it's up to you to change them. When you recognize a repeating pattern you don't like or someone else points it out, resist the urge to get defensive. Instead, take this input into consideration and then ask yourself if it's a pattern you would like to change. So the next step is to learn the lesson that these repeating experiences or people have manifested to teach you. The good news are that these unpleasant or painful experiences aren't to punish you, but instead they're an opportunity for you to heal any subconscious wounds or false beliefs you may have. If you do choose to see the lesson, then you are also choosing to use your current reality as an opportunity to bring growth into your life and maybe even the lives of others. Remember, in life, you will keep taking the test until you learn the lesson. The last step is to make a different choice. Einstein said, the definition of insanity as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Going into the unknown is scary. Choosing a different path means that you don't really know how it will end. You're taking a risk. You are trusting and hoping that the outcome will be what you want or better. The uncertainty is enough to stop you from making a different choice. But remember, you may not know where the unknown path will lead you, but you do know where the known ends. You're living it. Now, before we end, I'd like to share a pro tip. Celebrate yourself. It's too easy to focus on your faults and mistakes as you make the necessary changes to your life that you forget all of the awesome things you have already done. So celebrate each step you take and appreciate just how brave you are for taking it. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to connecting with you again.